Today I'm going to be doing my December wrap-up and my January TBR for 2016. So let's get on into it. So the first book I read took me so long, not because it wasn't good, but because I've been in such a reading slump. But I think I got myself out of it, hopefully. But that is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan. Yes, if you don't already know, this is another Half-Blood book, but instead of Greek gods, or I think he has one about Egyptian gods and Roman gods maybe. This is about Asgard gods, which if you're not into Marvel movies or superheroes, you wouldn't know, but Thor and his brother Loki are both from Asgard, so they have some parts in this which is really cool to read from a different perspective about them. I've never actually read about them, but you know what I mean. And this book follows Magnus Chase, whose cousin is Annabeth Chase from the Percy Jackson series. And you do not need to read the Percy Jackson series to read this, because I read it and I haven't read the Percy Jackson series and I wasn't confused at all. But this book was really good. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't love it as much as Percy Jackson, the first 2 books I read from that series so far. But it was still really good. I loved all the action-y scenes. And I really loved, the side characters. I don't remember their names right now. He has protectors that follow him, like Rover does to Percy. And yes, I can't wait for book number 2. Also, I filmed a review for this, but I have no clue when that's going up because I have not edited it. How do you even say that? I have not edited it yet. But soon, my friends, soon. The next books I read were 2 graphic novels. I did it because I wanted to complete my Goodreads goal. Since I was in that reading slump, I didn't know if I would, but I would have by the time the year ended anyways. But I read The True Blood, I don't even know, but it's number 2, called Tainted Love. And this is based on the show and the Sookie Stackhouse series novels, but not really, because it does not follow any plotline from this. But here's the art. And if you guys have noticed me talking about Eric Northman and you've never seen the show, or you've never seen pictures of it, there's a picture of him somewhere. Bam. Look at that man. Just Alexander Skarsgård. He's playing Tarzan in the new remake. Sexy Viking vampire. Yes. I think I gave this a 4 or 3. I don't really like them, but I was reading them anyways, just because I needed to finish my Goodreads goal. Then I read True Blood number 3, called The French Quartet. Again, 3-4 stars. Nothing really to do with the show or book. Not really a fan, but the next book I read is probably one of my favorite reads of 2015, and that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. If you have not read this, I suggest you stop everything you're doing and go pick this bad boy up, because it was phenomenal. Out of 5 stars for sure. I don't know why. I've been wanting to read it for so long, and then I borrowed it from someone, and man, I need my own copy pronto, because right after I finished, I just wanted to reread it, but I didn't, because I thought that'd be silly. But anyways, if you don't know what this is about, it is set in 2044, and it follows a boy named Wade. And basically in the beginning, he's I want to say he's the Steve Jobs sort of man, but instead of making products, technology products, he makes video games. And he was the most well-known video game maker ever. and he was the most richest video game maker ever. I don't know, he's very rich. But in the beginning, he dies from a plane crash. I believe it was a plane crash. And he didn't have anybody to inherit his, like, money or anything. So he found a clever way to give his money away. So in his most popular game, Oasis, there are keys and gates, and there's an egg at the end of this, like, search, and if you find this egg, you get all of Holiday's inheritance. And this book follows Wade in his journey through finding Holiday's egg, and it was super intense. I love it so much. I loved all the 80s references. I mean, even though I was not born in the 80s, I knew most of them, so it was really fun. I have a book review filmed. Again, didn't edit it yet, but soon, because man, this was mind-blowing. I read another graphic novel. You know, haven't read any graphic novels in my life, but all of a sudden I read 3 this month. Those 2, did the True Blood ones even count? I don't know. But I read Batman, Volume 1, The Court of Owls, in the new 52 edition. See, as much as I love superheroes and everything, I've never seen Batman, like any of them. Like, I've maybe watched like the beginning of some, but I ended up falling asleep, not because it was boring, but because I've watched them at a time when I was so tired. But I borrowed this from someone. Don't know whether to call him family. He's practically family, but he has like a collection of these, and we were talking about The Flash, and then brought up how I'd never seen Batman, so he told me to read this, and then next time I can borrow number 2, volume 2, and this was good. I learned, I don't want to bend his book, I learned about Batman, and it was really fun to see like Robin and all that, and it was interesting. Because I don't know anything about Batman. So the next 2 books I have not finished yet, but you know, it's only like the 28th, and I plan on finishing them because I want to talk to the person who got them for me on New Year's. So it's my goal to finish both of these by New Year's Eve on December 31st. So it is The Martian by Andy Weir. I'm like 50 pages in, but honestly this goes by so fast that I probably can finish it today and then have the next couple days to read Forbidden. So yeah, I just spoiled the next book, but Forbidden, hopefully I can finish these and have some reviews up for those too. So now let's talk January 2016 TBR. So I don't think I've talked about this yet, but I made a TBR jar, and it was inspired by Catty-tastic's thing that she did in 2015, and Emma from Emma Books did it also, so I thought I'd give it a try. And see, in the past I haven't really stuck to my TBRs, and it's kind of a goal for me for 2016 to make a TBR and follow through with it. So I'm going to pick out a challenge and find a book that completes this. And I'm just only going to pick a few books just so I don't feel like a lot of pressure to like read a lot during the month. But the books I picked out for January, I'm definitely going to finish. So let's see what challenge I have today in January. Not that one yet, because I don't have any. So I picked out Read a 2016 release, and since it's in January, I don't have any. So I'm probably just going to save that for later, because I don't know if I'm going to buy any 2016 releases in January, and I don't want to be forced to. So I picked read a book with 500 pages. With over 500 pages. My bad. But also, my writing is awful. Can we talk about that for a second? The second's done, but it was bad. So, I'm going to complete this. Now, I'll talk about which book I'm going to choose for this at the end because I haven't decided yet. But let me talk about the 3 books that I have pre-chosen for my January TBR. And the first book being Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, which is book 3 in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. Like in my Christmas book haul, I got the box set, so I'm excited to get back into this world. And the next 2 books, I'm definitely without a doubt finishing because, let's be honest, I've been waiting to read these forever. That is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, which is book 2 in the Infernal Devices trilogy. And I mean, I've been waiting for this for so long. I'm probably going to devour this book in like 2 days because I think my reading slump is behind me. And I'm so excited to read that. Also, these spines, though, it looks so good next to Clockwork Prince. Not Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Angel. Because even though my bookshelf is rainbow right now, since they match, they're right next to each other. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. The next book I will be reading is City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, book 5 in the Mortal Instruments series. Oh man, am I excited to get back into this series. My goal is to finish, when does Lightning Midnight come out? In March? Yeah, I'm definitely going to finish like by then, for sure, if I get Clockwork Princess. Because I can just borrow City of Heavenly Fire, but I need to finish this before Lady Midnight comes out. And I'm so excited for Lady Midnight because it's set in the Los Angeles Institute and I live in Los Angeles. But it also makes me upset because why am I not a part of it? You know? Also, if you want to see what books I'm anticipating in 2016, you can check my blog post. I will have it linked down below. I've talked about some pretty good books, if I say so myself. Also, let me go get that book over 500 pages. So, the book that I'm choosing for my read a book with over 500 pages thing is Outlander. Why did I say it like that? Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. See, this kind of intimidates me to no end because the pages are so thin. How many pages are actually in here? Like 630-ish. Not too bad. I think Game of Thrones was like 800. And those were my 2 choices. But honestly, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I will try my very best. I might sign up for like a free 30-day trial on Audible and listen to the audiobook. That might be my best chance at reading this or finishing it, I might add, because this thing is huge. It intimidates me so much because of my reading slump that I've been in, and I'm scared I'm not going to be able to do it, but we will see, won't we? That is it for my December wrap-up of January TBR. And if you are a friend of mine, I encourage you to no end to force me to stick to my TBR. Like, if we are friends and we talk, I'm mainly talking to Ansley, but if any of us talk, I force you guys to make me stick to this TBR or else I'm going to go insane. Because it's a goal of mine in 2016 and I need to accomplish this goal. So, again, hope you enjoy and see you in my next video. Bye!